Welcome to another session where we will know how to edit 1 minute videos using the checklist that we built for our videos. So this time, if you have the guide in hand, you will just come to the master video editing process guide and you will just see a topic by the name Why Video Checklist, where you will know all the steps, all the step-by-step process, all the pros and cons, and all the steps that you have to follow while editing the videos. So first, let me just go through the checklist, and then we will just go to the descript and make sure to follow every step possible. Okay. So this time, general. Make sure the spelling of your name is correct. Means the video that you are editing for someone, the lower the that you apply to the speaker, the lower that you apply for the speaker name spelling must be correct, right? Use the sequence format 1080 by 1920. It should be changed depending on that the video, depending on where the video will be posted. Add a matching background music, which is important. Do not start sentence with this. So means if you are starting a video, the video must not be started with the word. Let me explain it quick to you so we can just move to the real step-by-step process where I will just go through the video, make the 1 minute video as soon as possible, and will show you how it's worked. The next thing is what not to do. These are the things that we do not need to do in our videos. Include intro in the starting of the video, which if we put the intro at the start of the video, there is a clear chance that we cannot get the viewer attention. That's the one thing that we need in our videos that's the one thing that we need in our videos from the audience. So if we lose their attention, we lose the viewer. The next thing is avoid copywriting music. The next thing is using direct images from the Google, which can cause us the copyright claim. The next thing is after the intro, you can just apply, after the hook, you can just apply the 5-second lower third for the speaker. And the next thing is it should be in the middle, at the left or the right. You have to put it at the most appropriate place in the video. The captions, here's the few guidelines about the captions. The caption must be centered in the video. The font should be readable. So these are all the stuff that is simple and easy to follow. So if there is anything difficult, there must be a solution in the guide. So you don't have to worry about it. Do not include the curse words, must be placed at the bottom. So please look at this point. If you are editing the 1:1 or 4:5 video, which is rectangular type videos, right, square type videos, so you must have to put your subtitles at the bottom of the video. It must take the 20% of the video's space, right? So if you are putting it at the middle or something else, you must have to look after the theme of the video. You must have to look after for the theme of the video. If you are just disturbing the video, if you are just putting the random text that causes the viewers to left the video, there must be something wrong, right? So if we just put this thing here, there must be a reason. And the portrait type videos, like in the TikTok style videos, you can just change it somewhere else. You can just put it at the middle of the video, at the top, and the most appropriate place that you may think it is the best of. So you have to remove the ums and ahs, which have a separate feature in the descript, and I have created a video on them as well. Okay, so these are the things that is simple. Trim the intro and outro is needed. For example, if you get the video where there is some guidelines at the start of the video, or someone that is recording the video from the script, and from the script there is someone that is recording a video from the script and he's taking the breaks or taking the guidelines, so you have to cut off those parts from the start and from the start and the end of the videos. Okay, so if there is two cameras with different angles, you can just shuffle those scenes in the most appropriate way. First you have to understand the content. Once you understand, then it must be simple for you to put the double cameras footages, but avoid using those footages which causes the speaker's head to, which you can see that there is a certain part of the speaker head is cutted due to the frame, right? So you must have to be careful of it. Okay, the most common error, the most common mistake that editors do most of the time, if there is a problem in the audio, they must focus on the visuals, but they avoid using the synchronized audio, right? So before anything else you go for, you must have to look for the audio and ensure that audio is synced properly. The next thing is applying the lower third and applying the CT, right? So let's come to the descript and do and follow all the steps that we learned, and follow all the steps that we learned from the video, right? So in this case, I have the video. I have the 1 minute video that we pull out from a long form video. So we have to turn it into a short form, right? Which we already have taken the script, right? Already have taken the step. First is first, but what are those steps that we need to do? The technical steps. First, we will go for removing the filler words, right? So we have to look for this spark icon. We have to come over here. We have to click on remove filler words, and it will and it will detect the filler words inside the video. So this time we have just one filler words, but removing in the filler words, you may have to you have to take care of the words, that the words cut appropriately. If it's not, then you have to go back and fix it, right? So in this case is the natural words that the speaker says, so I left it as it is. But then sometimes if there is a more filler words, then you have to remove it, that I showed you in the earlier video, right? So in this case, there is no filler words and the video is awesome, right? The next thing is applying the studio effect.
Google here, have a search pulled up here. It starts painting companies in Phoenix.
Like for example, if we hear this video, if you watch this video, there is a clear audio difference, right? Which is not like we can't hear it properly. So what we have to do to fix it? We need to apply the studio sound effect. So you have to just click on the text interface, not here, right? Because you will not be able to see the studio sound effect. You must have to click in the text. You must have to click in the text section like I clicked, and you will just get this drop down right on the right side. Click on here, you will get the studio sound effect. Turn it on, and you will just see in a while that your audio has been changed. Let's listen it for a few seconds.
Hold up here. It starts painting companies in Phoenix, right? And you have this section which has been here for eons.
If you see there in the earlier audio, there must have some noise. And I apply the studio sound, it removes the pretty much noise from the audio, right? So these are the first steps that we do. First, we apply the filler words, which we find out that there is one, so we left it, and we go for the next step, applying the studio sound. We applied the studio sound, and the audio looks amazing, right? The next thing that we can do is in the video is correcting the punctuation errors, right? So for the punctuation errors, you must have to use ChatGPT, because the ChatGPT is more smarter than a human, right? So it spots the really good, so it spots the errors, and you have to just check that captions with it. So where, for example, if here the descript applies the period, right, and it's grammatically wrong. So if you want to fix it, you must have to proceed with the ChatGPT, right? So what will you say? What will you ask to the ChatGPT to get the results that you want? Let me just say to you, you have to ask, act like an experienced American English teacher and help me fix the punctuation errors in the following video transcript. So you have to just break it on, face the transcription, break it off, and enter. So you will get the most accurate results. I tried it many times, many prompts, but still I was getting some errors. But after getting this, after many tries, I find out that it works better, right? So for now, I have corrected the punctuation errors here. But for example, if there is, it's like a Word document, right? So if you click on here and you just click on the backspace, you just didn't remove the word from here. You remove the whole voice from here. Like for example, if I just click on the Control Z, click on it, just see here, right? If I just redo it, I'll just go to edit, I will just redo it, it will remove the whole voice, right? So I have to just click on the Control Z and I just remove the period. So I have to click on the period in my keyboard. It's like a text editor. It's an editor, but it depends on the text. So you must have to be careful on it. Anything you remove, please listen to the voice notes, the voice of the speaker. Is this something that you want, or you are just making things off and not sure what to do? Okay, so the punctuation errors has been solved. The next thing that we have to do is search for the hook in the video. So you have to listen the video. Let's listen the video. So you have to watch the video for getting a good hook in the video, right? Let's watch it and find out the best hook that we can put at the top of the video.
If you were to go to Google here, have a search pulled up here. It starts painting companies in Phoenix, right? And you have this section, which has been here for eons. This is going to be your Google PC. And then right here is going to be your Google Map Pack. And then this is your organic listings here. So obviously, as a painting company, home service company, you want to be featured in as many sections as possible on page one. Google released the local service ads as an opportunity for contractors to pay per lead structure. And so instead of paying per click, you're paying per lead.
So we find out a good hook, like from here to here, right? So what you will have to do, you will just click on here, right? You will just, once you select it, you will get this drop down, right? You can just replace it by the overdub, like from the stock voices and on the well-trained voice, right? But this time we don't need it. You can just bold it off. You can just move it to italic, or just remove it from the script. For example, if you want to remove it from the script, you must have to click on it, ignore, right? So once you click on ignore, and if I play the video,
possible on page one. And so
it will just ignore in the whole video. It will be showed up, but it will not be able to be played. So I will just click on Control Z since I need this text for the hook. So I will just select it again, left click, copy, move to the top, click on before F, click on enter, click on above, Control V, and the hook has been pressed. So here is the hook.
Google released the local service ad.
And after the hook, we can find the whole body. You will find in the course where you will see the 4 components of 1 minute video. Let me explain it to you. What are the 4 components? You will just see first the hook. The hook is right here, right? After the hook, you will see the body of the video and the CTA of the video, right? The CTA right here, we don't have a CTA. We just have created it, right? So we have to put it here. But the body is here, which the speaker, the webinar maker explain all those stuff. So what will be the next step? The next step should be to change the resolution of the video that we want. In this case, if you want to change the resolution of it, you will just come over here. Come to the custom, advanced, and in advanced, you will just see the resolution, right? So in this case, we need the 1080 by 1350, which is 4:5. You can just change it up whenever you need, but this time we need this resolution, so we are not changing it because we have already changed it. You will see this change. Like for example, if you just change this ratio, it will be automatically changed. So you may have to click it off. Like for example, it's on. Once you click on it, it will just disappear, and you can just easily change the resolution of it, right? So this has been changed, which is one part. Okay, the next thing is applying the template. So you may be wondering where we get the template and how we will apply it, right? So I have created a dedicated video for it, which you will watch before coming to this video. So you may have the clear mind how to create your own templates for your videos that you can apply on your videos in one click. So this time I have created a template for this video, right? I will just go to here. I will just find the template that I made. This is the template that I made for this video. I will just click on here, and in one click, it applies on the whole video. Let's see, guys. Let's make it up and see. In one click, the whole template is applied on the video. The captions, the title, and all the stuff. Just we have to make sure that we change the title, right? So in this time, we want to change the title from here. I will just copy this title, come over here, and Control V. Now you will see it's like not the one, its resolution is higher, the font size is higher. So what we will have to do, we will just click on the font, come over here, and decrease its size. We can just change its font too. I change the font, it will become to the, it will go for the downloading, and from here I change this to all caps, uppercase letters, and I can just turn it off. This font doesn't work well here, so I have to change it. Let's change this to Helvetica, but it's rounded. I think it doesn't work well. Yes, it seems like. Okay, let's select this one. Let's decrease its font size. Okay, so the title is too long, that's why it takes so much time. But if your title is like a little bit, let's make it short. Okay, so we have a title. This title depends upon the font. So if you have the right font, then it will be just adjusted the right way, right? So you have to just look for it. This time we have to just show you before it. If you just go back in the video, there must you can see the title. So you just take the multiple titles and can fit it the right way. Okay, so let's play the video and see how it goes.
Google released the local service ads as an opportunity for contractors to pay per lead structure. And so instead of paying per click, you're paying per lead. If you were to go to Google here.
Okay, so when the hooks end, there must be PB, right? Which we call the opening bumper. So how will you apply the opening bumper? In this case, as we know, Descript works in scenes. So we have to just create a scene, right? We will just click on before the F and click on the slash to just cut it off. We will just click on behind the lead and click on the slash to cut it off. So we just get the middle layer where we will apply our transition, right? So the Descript has not as advanced transition, but we can just go with it a little bit creative. So I will just take a rectangle. I will just cover up the whole video. I cover up the whole video. As you can see, my mouse cursor is here, so it will be applied just on this scene, right? To know about scenes, how this works, Descript team has created a long video just explaining it in the right way. So I will just see here. I will just make it a little bit better. I will click on here. If I have to change this color to black, I can just change it. But I want to keep it white. But if we just played it, it will just look very odd.
Per lead. If you were to
like a white thing coming up suddenly. So what I have to do is I will click on here, I will then click on here, I'll just come over here, I will just see a white dot. So let's move it on the left side and keep the value close to 20 seconds. The next thing, let's move it on the right side and keep the value close to 25 and 20 seconds. Let's enter again.
Like you're paying per lead. If you were to go,
So we make it smooth. We make it like a flash. So we make a transition in it, right? It's simple. If you are creative, then you can just play with it and you can go further. It's a cool tool. So you must have to try again and again. The next thing is applying the background music after the hook, not before the hook. Because in hook, you must have to make the attention of the viewer. So if you just create the attention for the viewer, you have to create. You have to create. So if you get the attention of the viewer, after that you can just apply the opening bumper and background music. So this time I have to add the background music right after this, right after the OBV. So I will click on the third scene, like right here. I have import the background music. It's the background music that I will use. I'll just click on here, drag it and leave it here. And the cool thing is the background music will be applied to the whole video, right? Like this layer, you can see this is the background music. So if you just listen this video, you can see that you will just see a clear result where the background music will be much louder than the audio of the speaker. Let's listen.
and you have this section which has been here for eons.
So in this case, we have to apply the ducking effect. The ducking effect is the one that you applied on your voice. The background behind your voice will comes down, right? And you can just adjust it later. So instead of managing it manually, you can just apply the ducking and the descript will look for the whole thing. So again, you have to click on the text, not here, text. Click on the text, you will just see a drop down here, turn it on, and let's see the magic.
Phoenix, right? And you have this.
You have the background music, but it's very low, so you can't just listen, right? So you can just click on the ducking, increase it, and let's watch it again.
It's been here for eons. This is going to be your Google.
Right? So this is one thing. There must be videos that will be long from certain videos that will be long from 1 minute. So you must have to care of the background music ends the right way. So this time the background music ends before the video ends, right? So you have to just look for it, come over here. Like in this case, it ends like close to local service. So I will just come on again here and we'll drop the music here and it will be goes to exact the end of the video. Now it's time to put the CTA. We have created a CTA for it. I will just click on here and embed the CTA here. So if you just look at it's because it's artificial, so it applies the rectangles and the titles and the subtitles on the CTA. So you have to come over here and drag it up. Come over here, drag it up, right? It's the Canva for the videos. Right? So you have to be hands-on exercise on it, and it will be much better. You will see that you will be much better in the 2 to 3 days.
Home service industry.
So you see that this is cutting off. This is because we have touched this layer to this, so the effects of this layer applies to this too. So you have to just click on here, come over here, go to the crop, stretch it out, and click on OK.
Service industry.
Okay.
It's becoming more and more popular amongst.
Okay, so you will see it affects the whole video here because it's connected to this. So if this is the case that you see your video resolution has changed, so you must have to be careful on it. You just click on the create Control Z and it will be just removed. Its effects will be removed. But there must be something that you have to look after. Like for example, how we can fix it? You can just click on it, drag it to the top layer. In this case, it disappears. So let me show you. You have to put this layer while looking at the other layer. So if you are just putting it randomly, it will be disappeared. Just click on it and leave it here. You will see, you will find it here. Just drag it outside, match it to the end, the other side, and just leave it.
Service industry.
So in this case, you can see the black bars on the side. You have to come over here and just have to fix it. Okay, so now we have fixed it and it's easy, right? So anything you get into, any problem you get into, you must have to check it with different tools that I show you, right? Now, one thing that we missed adding here is loader. So I will click on here, right after the OBV, click on here. Here is the loader that we created for them using Canva. And we just leave it here. So it will be applied to this. Now you can just see it's too big, and in the middle of the video, we will just drag it off on the side, and we will just set the appropriate place for it. We just place it here.
Search pulled up here. He searched painting companies of Phoenix.
And to just turn it off in a nice way, we will just drag it. So it will be dissolved in the video.
Painting companies of Phoenix. And you have this.
You see the logo? So it is simple as it is, right? The same way the TikTok style videos work, right? Which is the next video that I will show you guys. So again, now you edited the video, and you must have to check it with the checklist before updating on your project management tool, before updating your TV. So I have edited the video. I will click on this timeline and we'll check it with the checklist. So come to the checklist. Spelling is correct, yes. Resolution that we need. Matching music, correct. 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 We didn't use the copyright music, correct. We didn't use any images, correct. We applied the lower third, correct. Left, right, correct. Caption must be centers. All these steps are correct. We remove the filler words, correct. There is no any sound that we can just apply the beat. Okay, trim outros and intros, done. Transitions, there is no any multiple cameras footage that we can apply the transition, so we just leave it off. Outro, which is the CTA, and we applied it at the end of the video. So now we edit the video. Now then just we check it with the checklist, and we confirm that this video is according to the checklist, right? The next thing is to click on the publish, click on the update, and the Descript will give you a link that you can just open it in your browser. Okay, you can just come over here, copy this, paste it somewhere else, paste it, copy this, and share it with your team lead for the review. This is as simple as it is. There are many tools that I missed, but my intention here was to explain all those tools that we need inside editing the 1 minute videos, right? So these are all the steps that we need. These are all the things that we need. You must have been confused when I apply the template, and for it I have created the explanation video, a dedicated video where you can see and learn how to create templates. Thank you for watching.